Hello and welcome back to another chapter of Final Fantasy XVI. So in the previous episode we went to Martha's Rest and the Imperials and the Black Shields attacked Martha's Rest. So they killed all the bearers in that chapel that we saw in the previous episode that we had. And we had to go there and pretty much kill these Black Shields from attacking Martha's Rest. So we don't know who's actually given out these orders to attack Martha's Rest. But it seems to be probably Clive's mother, because she seems like, one of the evil witches of the story. Essentially, she's just awful person, and I think she's the one attacking Martha's Rest. So anyway, we've just got back to the hideaway, and we have a plan in motion to go after the next Mother Crystal. So don't forget to drop a like on the video, really helps out, and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy XVI. Let's do this. Okay, so we need to journey to Hawk's Cry Cliff in the Gathering Storm. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so we got a new location here, the Hawk's Cliff. From these heathered highlands, one might catch a glimpse of a Rosalith castle and everything else in between. Hawk's Cry Cliff, here we go.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We'll face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
Bloodlines.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Okay, so yeah, in the previous episode we also got our Chocobo.
Let's go.
Pretty cool, man. Also, I thought I may have upgraded my... Let's go across to my gear. Coral Sword. I swear I got the new sword. Maybe I didn't. Flame Tongue, Invictus. Yeah, okay, so that's... Alright. Okay, let's go.
Faster!
Yeah, so hopefully traveling, I think it definitely feels faster to travel with the Chocobo. People were saying like, oh, it's not much faster than just running at Clive's full speed. But I definitely feel like the Chocobo runs a bit faster, and it's a lot easier to run past the enemies as well. Like grabbing these, you just run straight past them. Like I don't have to attack them, which is also pretty good. I can see the castle in the far distance there. we'll get all these items on the way. So it looks like there might be a quest just up ahead. Let's quickly grab that. Oh, a wyvern. I don't want to fight the wyvern yet. There's also a cool thing you can do where if you're turning really sharply, you can actually rein in and just drift, man, and it just keeps going like this. Whoop. That's so good, man. Okay, let's keep going. There's a bridge up ahead here. Seems like quite a large area. I want to go to the end of this bit here. It might be a can we get in there? No, we can't.
Yes.
Alright, let's grab this. There's a village just here. Okay, let's dismount.
Thanks, girl.
Alright, flame on. Well, that's one way to take out of the crowd. Okay, this looks like the first place. Are we meant to be going here? Oh, I went the wrong way. Alright. It's too busy running around.
Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia.
How do I get over there? That's one way to gather them up. You just gather them all while running with your chocobo, and then just do your AoE spell and just take them all out. Okay, it looks like it's just around the corner here. Yeah, I definitely feel like the chocobo is a lot faster. Okay, it looks like it's just up here. Oops, sorry, Toggle. Just across this bridge here. Alright, at least we're making progress now.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! Nothing, we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right, I heard you the first time.
Okay, so it seems to be one of the main villages here. Having some issues. Let's have a chat with this person over here.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There've been on a garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100-full legion?
We're going hunting for help.
There was a time my husband might have stood up to those men.
Not anymore. 10 spools of steel silk. As a lucky find. Okay, so we need to keep searching, I guess. Speak with several of the villagers. That's what we got to do. Who's this? Oh, merchant.
You're a long way from home, aren't you?
Gaia blade. I think I already have one of those. Yeah, I do. Belts. Got one of those as well. Okay. Alright. I haven't got that. 24,000. What is this? Increase limit break generation amount by 6% when taking damage. I mean, I try not to take damage as best I can. For the build that I'm probably going to go for, I don't think I'll need that. Used for crafting. I have 48 of those. 24 of the meteorites. I feel like I could get one of those. Night of Terrors. 20,000. Tattered slip of... Okay, so it adds a new song.
Are you
okay.
well?
Nothing really there I need to get so far. Another villager here. The youth. The youths.
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen him, didn't you? At least I think there was a Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I am a fire dominant. Interesting.
Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pole.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Alright. What's the next quest we gotta do? Make for Port Isolde. Okay. I guess we got this way here. I've got a little bit of a trek to go.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Yeah, I have a strange feeling we may be ambushed around here. Oh, what's that in the distance there? Is that a tower? Oh, this is the ruins of that ancient race. Fallen Hunter, there we go. Alright.
Ever since the apothecary, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The Mother Crystal's collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
Yeah, I actually don't know. I don't know why these fallen keep walking up and attacking us.
Over here! This way.
Okay, which way do we go? Does it matter? Yeah, I do want to find out why these ancient machines are waking up. What's that over there?
Slow talk. Attack. Stick 'em. Stay down.
Bible. What is this thing here? Okay. Why am I not getting it? Does he not know I'm a flame dominant? Hey, what is this thing? Oh, it's a secret, what did we get? Let's have a look. Bull's horn braid. Increases lunge damage by 5%. Flames of rebirth reduces flames of rebirth cooldown. Oh, I kind of like the flames of rebirth cooldown.
Company.
Black
All of
shields.
my mother's men.
Dominated. These black shields are pretty close to that village. I wonder why they were so close. Okay, let's have a look down here. I think this sort of goes into like a crossroads type thing. So it's all going to go to the same spot. So I just want to check everywhere. Make sure we don't miss anything, you know. Oh, lightsaber. Oh, there's a chest here. Oh, they're dead. That was easy. Goblin coins. Okay, nothing around here. Alright, let's keep moving forward. Head down this hill. I'm curious to find out why these machines keep waking up. They sort of remind me of the machines from Zelda Breath of the Wild for some reason. More black shields. Okay. Okay, that was pretty easy. Those guys, the black shields are obviously no match for a dominant, as it should be. Oh, we made it to the other side of the bridge here. What the? Defeated. Okay, let's cross this bridge, see where it takes us. It's probably going to take us to that... Oh, there's blood everywhere.
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then? We owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a true shield of Rosaria. This one.
Damn black shields. They're no match for my steel. This guy's dead. They just destroyed. Look at him.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Okay, I'm not too sure what's happening. Make for Oldale get docks. Okay. So I'm guessing the... What branded did we free? I don't remember freeing any branded. Oh, the ones from before, maybe? In that desert village, maybe? I don't know.
Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Damn, Clive's mother is just crazy, eh? Destroyed a whole village. I think she's trying to find Clive and take out her own son because she knows he's branded. Okay, let's see what we just picked up just now. Okay, go to gear. Okay, what did we just... Heat wave. Yeah, I'm not too sure what we picked up. Okay, let's keep going. I will figure that out later. I haven't really gone through much of my items. I actually don't know what's good and what's bad. I just sort of keep picking stuff up. I haven't really needed to change much. I kind of like the automatic toggle attack and all that. But maybe I'll change that later. It's the boats here, the loading boats. Nothing here though. More bodies. Oh man, look at this. Alright, let's get out of here.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
Yeah, I doubt it as well. So is his mother just in this castle over here, I wonder?
Didn't happen to come by way of Oldhill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
Yeah, it's not a good sign if there's lots of ravens.
Mummy! I could hear him shouting from down the road.
What's this? In honor of the 250th anniversary of the founding of the Grand Duchy of Rosaria.
They tell us there's a curfew.
Passage to the provincial capital is restricted to Imperial Army personnel.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
Chocobo.
You find no succor to the south travellers, nor beyond the Buick.
I can't ride my chocobo yet.
No use calling Ambrosia now.
There we go.
Come on. Faster.
Go down to this beach.
All right.
A bunch of crabs here. Okay. Let's jump off and just quickly do an AoE spell.
Give me thunder!
Come on, crabs. Come attack me.
Get him! Sick him! Over here! Get him!
Let's go.
Alright, now we
Run
can...
like the wind.
So make for the Port Isolde. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens when we get to this next village. Hopefully this one isn't destroyed as well.
Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
Oh jeez. But this village is destroyed as well? Yeah, destroyed as well.
That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Alright.
Let us pass!
My children are starving!
Have mercy! Voice-friends dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
No, they're enough room to
Fuck off! Hang the chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all! I said, where were you, filth? Back to your sties! Cut you down where you stand! Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. But Lazarus... We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. And the entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
Alright, the black light burns.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Okay, this is going to be more difficult to get into this place. To destroy this mother crystal, that's for sure. So we're going to find an entrance to the Lazarus district. Looks like we can just open this gate, can't we? Oh, whoops. Open. That was a heavy gate. Right.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
There's a chest here. Alright, there's nothing up here.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out. Or not.
Alright. Just boots him away. Man, I absolutely slaughtered these guys. I don't know why Clive was afraid. Ooh, level up. Level 26. Nice.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
Rising of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh? Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son?
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves Shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
Oh, I cannot believe Sir Wade is back again. He was so, I want to say annoying at the start of the game, but he seems to have matured a bit.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So wait. The bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Alright, quest accepted. He's definitely a seasoned warrior now. But we got party members. Throughout the main scenario, Clive will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance. However, depending on Clive's destination, they may choose to remain behind at the hideaway. Alright. Confront the Black Shields. Okay, let's do it.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Make for Buett Bridge. Oh, who are these guys? Oh, they're running away?
Look at me sideways. How was the Black
Oh, they're running away from the Black Shields. And we're running towards them.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
Let's do it.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For Azaria!
These guys are
Your
going down.
petty revolution ends here.
Just absolute flame attack. Then
On these our swords we swear.
this one here. Oh, he's dead.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battle for them.
More dragons.
Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Over here!
There we go.
This way.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it,
You have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Guy's got a bit more luck than usual, but he got this. After the last thing down, he's obviously the leader.
So wait!
Found them. There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him? Let's try. Over here! Over here! It's over!
Enemy slain. Oh, that was a cool battle. Alright, so what do we get from this guy? Crafting gear.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Okay, quest complete. Black or white. So that was pretty cool. So we're making a push against the Black Shields.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the Mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Seal obtained. You accepted the burnt blade from Wade.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod.
Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Maddo in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed.
Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
On your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path. a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Okay, so we're going to get a ship. Oh, wait, hang on. We're going back here? Amongst the unfading remnants of the ambitions. Oh, yeah, so we got to head back, return to the hideaway. Alright, let's go. I thought we meant to be taking a ship. Here be monsters.
Only the founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
I feel like that's the quote from Pirates of the Caribbean. Now, I think I want to make a new sword. Before we continue on to the next chapter, use the forge.
What do you want?
Here we go. Got flame tongue and a lightning shard. Yeah, let's get that one.
Scratches, right?
And what else can we make? Okay, I might as well build that.
Could last you a good while.
I might as well have them, you know.
No scratches, right?
I'd rather have them in my stash than not.
While. No scratches, right? Could last you a good while.
Alright, cool. Flame tongue. Okay, we've made this new sword here. We can reinforce. We can't really reinforce anything at the moment. Alright, cool, man.
Fine.
Got the new blade. Oh, there's a plus sign over there, so that must be a new quest we can do that's going to upgrade our... probably an item or something like that, because we've got the chocobo, which is, if you don't already know, if any quest you do with a plus on it, side quest, you actually get like a benefit for Clive himself, which is pretty cool. Let's get that one for sure.
Every day.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
Well, it's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what do you say?
Fine. If you think it will help.
I knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
Okay. Blacksmith's Blues. Alright, let's quickly do the side quest before we move on to that next chapter. Hopefully he gives us something new. Maybe some new armor or something. I bet you that's what it's got him down. He's probably like, ah, man, I want to build some new armor for Clive. Yeah. Some upgraded armor. That's why I'm so down. And I'll be like, yeah, I'll accept it. Yeah, give me some new armor. Thanks, man.
First August, and now you. What you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like heavy, clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. And now every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for? Now piss off.
All right. We're going. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
Okay, so we talk to Karen.
This is taking quite.
See what she says.
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose, but it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe?
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our...
I'll leave the hunting to you. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if...
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
Okay, so it seems like we've got a bit of a hunt to go on. Alright, before we go on to the next chapter, don't forget to drop a like on the video, it really helps out, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, for more Final Fantasy XVI. Bye for now.